Guys, welcome to episode 4 of The Whole Story. I'm Paul Chandler, product owner for Street Manager, and with me is Matt Shannon, service design lead. Say hello, Matt.
Hello.
What should be a fairly straightforward episode today, we are going to show you how to start, stop, and issue a reinstatement in Street Manager. Those of you who have seen episode 1 might remember all of the wonderful functionality that could one day come into being in Street Manager. But what we'll do today is show you the current as-built functionality around issuing a reinstatement. Matt, would you like to take it away?
Yes, so let's have a look. I'm going to find a works. I'm going to search for a work that I know the number of. Incidentally, that's does that have to be an exact search?
It does at the moment, I'm afraid, Matt, but we do have a story in our backlog to enable wildcard partial searches.
Right, okay. Conveniently, I remembered that one. What's a backlog?
I'm glad you asked, Matt. Basically, what we have is a great big list of stuff that we want to get into Street Manager. It's written in the format of user stories. So it might be, as a user of Street Manager, I want to do a partial search and not need the whole works reference number. And what we're doing in every 2-week period is prioritizing those stories, grouping a load of them together, and then trying to deliver all of those in a 2-week work period. And the backlog just kind of goes on forever, really. Even after we go live, we'll carry on adding new features into Street Manager.
Right, okay, thank you.
So we have this job here, test 1, 2, 3. And what we can do now is you'll see that it's works planned. That indicates to me that it's been granted. Maybe we could have a quick look at the history screen, Matt. That sounds quite exciting.
By all means.
And you can see that this job was submitted, and then a fair few days later, too many for my taste actually, it got granted. We can go back now, and let's go into that permit. Okay, fairly straightforward details there. I think we're ready to see if we can start this job, Matt. On-site record. Work started. Let's see what happens when we click on that. Let's see if we can start today, Matt. Okay, save. There we go. It accepted that. And what we're going to do now is that's changed. That was an excavation required. That might trip us up when we try and come to issue our reinstatement later, guys. Some of you who've seen earlier videos might remember that was an excavation required field from episode 2. But now let's go ahead and stop this job. Remember, Matt, you put in 9 AM as the start time, so let's not make the stop time of the job before the start time. That would be embarrassing for all concerned. Now, Matt was testing us there, and he put the start date of the job in as the 1st of November, which hasn't happened yet as we record this video. He will now put today's date in, and we will see if Street Manager accepts that date. Nice to prove that the validation works, Matt. Thanks for that one. Only took half an hour, this job. I guess it was a fairly straightforward job, was it, Matt?
I believe so.
Yeah, cool. And now we can add a reinstatement. I wonder how much work we got carried out in that half-hour period. Reinstatement location description. What we're planning to do is pull that through from the site 1, from the location details. Our reinstatement location was the footway map. And again, with the easting and northing, we were hoping that was, we're planning for that to be pulled through from site 1. With the easting and northing, we were planning to pull it through from the initial permit application for site 1. Thanks for coming up with some eastings and northings there, Matt. Don't worry about this bit, guys, where it says accuracy to 2 decimal points required. That's already in the process of being changed. They'll be doing that in the next week or so. It's only 1 decimal point of accuracy, just like your current existing systems. You'll notice there's no ability to close this job to interim. Is that being changed in the near future, Matt?
I believe it's in the backlog and it'll be built very soon.
That's something we've been beavering away on in Street Manager Towers in the last week or two, and before you know it, that interim button will be in there. But let's go ahead and make this job permanent, Matt. Some pedants would say that the length should always be longer than the width, because then the length becomes the width, but maybe that's just me. We'll go and save this reinstatement. And there you go, guys. You can see that in just a minute or two, we have put a job into progress, closed that job, and now we've got some site details. Thanks very much for watching episode 4 of The Whole Story.